thank you for joining with us for a noonday devotional. And you're seeing this on Thursday. And if the weatherman's right, it's a lot colder than it was a week ago. And it feels a little bit like maybe December has really come. I want to pick up where I was Tuesday in our devotion. This is our grandson, Joel. And Joel, how old are you?
8.
He's 8 years of age. And it's been very interesting to me during this pandemic. You know, we need to remember that not only are we as adults impacted by this, but children are impacted by this. They hear the television, they watch the television, they hear people talk about it, they hear about people getting sick, they see people wearing masks, they hear about people dying. And you know, for all of us, that's a frightening thing, but for a child, that can be a very, very frightening thing. Now, Joel, let me ask you, when did you first hear about this virus? Share that with the people.
About in January or late December last year.
Yeah, and where did you know the virus was then?
I just saw everybody wearing masks in China, and in January, it's crazy, I didn't really know what a mask was.
You didn't even know what a mask was in January, so all of a sudden you see these people wearing masks in China.
Yeah.
And you think, man, that's weird, kind of different. But then, it wasn't very long after that, the virus had come to the United States, and we're all having to wear a mask here. Now let me ask you, how did you feel when we all had to start wearing masks and everything changed? Share the people.
Well, I wear a mask, and when we all had to wear masks, it was just weird because you got so hot in the store and everything. But now, when I go in the grocery store or to church, wherever, I can hardly notice I have on it. It takes about 10 minutes, but after the 10 minutes pass, I don't even know I have it on.
Yeah, you carry your mask with you. You have it, I think, in your pocket, do you not? I've noticed you always have your mask with you. And I noticed even in church Sunday, you wore the mask the entire service. You sing through it. You wear it the whole time. So there's your mask. Okay, if you want to, you can kind of take it off now. Well, let me ask you this, Joel. When you hear about all the people that get sick and people are dying and all this stuff, does it frighten you any? Or, I mean, how do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, I don't want to ruin my life over COVID, but I don't want to I want to be safe about it, but I don't just want to not do what I would usually do. But if I do what I would usually do, I just wear a mask in those places.
Okay, do you ever feel, a feeling of fear or being afraid or anything?
Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes.
I guess we all kind of do sometimes. We really do. Well, let me ask you this, Joel. Now, you're a Christian. You've already asked Jesus in your heart. How has God helped you in this so you won't be afraid and so you know that, you're going to get through this? How has God helped?
Well, I know He'll take care of me.
You believe God will take care of you?
And the Bible verses, many Bible verses I've learned, and I ain't going to say all of them. I'll say one of them, though. It says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Yeah,
and you've memorized many Bible verses. And probably when you memorized them, you didn't really know how valuable they'd be. That's the whole deal. When we memorize Bible verses, sometimes we don't need them, but when we need them, we have them. And so you're saying to me that these Bible verses have been a help to you during this.
They have been a help. But a couple years ago, in kindergarten, I hardly even knew any Bible verses.
Okay. How many Bible verses would you probably know now? How many Bible verses do you probably memorize?
100?
Yeah, in the hundreds, yeah. Well, I'm really proud of you, and I want you to know we don't have to worry. God is going to take care of us, is He not?
Yes.
I want to encourage you. He's 8, I'm 79, and you're whatever age you are. One of the best things we ever can do is memorize Bible verses, and here's why. When we need them, we have them. It's amazing how that works. So many verses that I've memorized in my life, for whatever reason I memorized that verse, I've been amazed how later on I'd be in a situation, I'd have a need, and a verse would just pop to my mind that I've had stored away back there for a long time. So I want to encourage you in the days ahead, the weeks ahead, work at memorizing Bible verses. You already know some, and they don't have to be word for word, but whatever translation you read, you settle on one translation on memorizing verses, or if you try to memorize out of all of these different translations, I think you'll lose your mind. So just pick the one that you are most comfortable with and say, okay, I may read several translations, but I'm going to do all my memory work in this one translation, and it will come back to bless you a thousandfold. Well, Joel, thank you for helping me today. You did a good job. And thank you for watching, and have a great rest of this day. Do everything you can to stay well. Wash your hands, wear your mask, social distancing, avoid being in large crowds, and we'll look forward to the vaccine coming, and we'll look forward in months to come. We'll be down the road and much better. God bless. Take care.